Okay. Hey guys, this is just going to be kind of an odds and ends video. It's going to be shop maintenance, machine maintenance. I ended up, where's my phone at? I ended up going down to a machine reseller. I've been looking at stuff on their website for the longest time, and you know, they're right down the street from where I grew up, and you know, and where you know, it's a half-hour drive from here. And there's no reason that I can't go there and see what they have there. A lot of lathes, kind of thin on the milling machines, and yeah, very accommodating there. So, I hope you enjoy the video. And go from there. Okay, I think we got a winner now. We're testing out a new camera mount. So that's one finger and a little bit more. So what I want to be able to do is show, you know, obviously what I'm working on, and the one thing that I enjoy with YouTube videos and machining is I love to see the actual work being done, the actual metal being shaved away. If I try to point to serial number, I'm hopefully I would like, you know, you to be able to see that. And there's my thread dial. If I was standing here operating this, I would be here and I would be activating that. I would want you to see that. I know I can get an app on my phone that will allow me to see this in real time, what my camera's pointing at, but both my phone and my camera are so old that it's not so easy. I may talk to my who gave me this camera. It was donated to the channel by an Instagram follower. Donated this camera, and Walter the White Van. So I need to contact Walter the White Van and see if what app they have on there, what app they used, and if they have the password information. This is a chart that I made showing all my speeds with the gear configurations. This is A, B, and C. This being A, B, C, and this would be 1, 2, and 3. So on this chart, A and 2 is 490 RPMs, C and 2 is 800, and then I have the back gear information. This is just with the back gear lever engaged. 136, 236, 358, 580, and then with the back gear engaged and this thing engaged, and it changes all that from 69 to 113 to 44 to 271 RPMs. So I use almost exclusively direct. I never use either of the back gears. And what's surprising to me is none of these top gears up here are involved in direct. Okay, did a little work on the electric box. Now this has a definite spot. good contact. It's actually got a little spring to it. When I put everything back together from here out, when I turned the machine on, things weren't going well. And gear-wise and electrical-wise, because I saw a puff of smoke come out of this box. So there's 4 fingers here and 2 fingers here. Imagine there's actually 8 contacts. But these fingers, I bent them all in a little bit so they make better contact with the armature that swings around. I hope this is working well. My tool board is okay. I think that's long enough for a test here. I'm looking at this bullet, wondering. Hey guys, we're gonna do some shop maintenance, machine maintenance maybe. I got a not sponsored. I like these guys. I like their product. I like their cans. Got some white lithium aerosol grease. I have some QD electronic cleaner, and I believe this is the first grease gun I have ever bought. And what kind of grease did I buy, you might ask? I bought Lubrimatic multi-purpose lithium grease. It's black in color. So grease is for the motor spindle bearings on the Pratt & Whitney. The lithium grease is for the external gears on the Pratt & Whitney. And one more product. I just happened to get a little bit ahead of you. CRC Marine Heavy Duty Corrosion Inhibitor. So, yeah, I took some money out of the bank. Gonna try something new also. Another purchase. And that is the head mount. GoPro head strap camera mount. And I guess I didn't get the goggles or the toboggan. They just sent me that. So I just want to get that operator's point of view. And I've been experimenting on how much of this to give it, and using clear cases, using these cases and grinding holes for microphone. So might make interesting video. Oh, and it's gonna get like sub cold. We haven't had a winter yet, so it's supposed to get down to 0. I got my 100-pound propane tank filled today, for we are seeing a part of the shop that we normally don't see because it's normally not heated, and I cringe to even show you this, but a little bit of WD-40 and a little Scotch-Briting, and brings it right back. I took this machine apart. Oh dear. Oh, I'm so upsetting. I took this machine completely apart and reassembled it. And to see it in this condition is just, it's just heartbreaking to me. I have a source for these. I wanted to let, actually I did let the guy on the West Coast, Washington State, who's redoing a Cincinnati, I did send him the information on where to get these bellows that cheap. This is the CRC inhibitor. It's already on here. It's drying. So I'm going to get all that wiped down and protected. I had some bad spots in my ceiling, so I stapled a tarp in part of a moving blanket to try to keep some of the heat from just going outside, heating the bottom of the shingles. So my plan eventually here is this right here, this socket, this wall, this door frame, is to put a wall straight over there. That door frame, and insulate the heck out of all this over here. And I don't want to bust this wall down because that's a load-bearing wall. But at least have I'll be able to keep that door open anyway, and have room for a Bridgeport here in the corner. If I don't give this away, I can keep it here. I'd like to make this a subscriber gift. What do you think? God, it just sickens me to see all that flash rust on there. Man. Well, we got 60 degrees on here. I tell you what, up there in the ceiling, where the staples are at, it's more like 100 degrees up there. Okay. This is going to be a long video at this rate. And it's going to be like a commercial. I went to, well, we'll talk about that later. So now, see if I can get my GoPro to act right. I'm going to try to turn it off. We're not selling cigarettes. Okay, apparently we're already recording. We're going to do some maintenance on the electronics. Here, we took the back cover, back cover off, and we have General Electric. There's 2 reset buttons there, and let me get this cover off. Well, it just about fell off yesterday. There we go. Get rid of that. And let me get where I can actuate some of these. We got all these switches. Everything's kind of gummy. This is the resets. It probably has it's probably already been cleaned. See, that's those. But we're gonna spray it. This product here, I lost my hose, nozzle. I'm going to be sure I'm not pointing this at myself. So we start over here. So you work your way up. Well, that's probably trying to actuate everything. Let that solvent do its job. So hopefully we did some good there. You see, I got some. Yeah, that definitely needed cleaning. I think I had the right product to do the job. That stuff just evaporates. There's my straw. And next CRC product is the white lithium grease. And what I had planned for that was these gears here. And should probably try to turn those. Just trying to quiet things down a little bit and give all these gears a little love. And I think that covered everything all the way around. Yeah. Don't want to do anything real heavy or anything, but just now, next, we're going to go down here into the motor compartment, and we have these Zerk fittings here, and here on the bottom of the spindle, there's a nut. So you take that nut off, this hose leads from the Zerk fitting up to the top of the spindle. So you hook up to the Zerk fitting, take that nut off, and you want to pump out all the old grease and stop when the new grease shows itself there at the bottom of that spindle. So there's one on each end, and I pulled this plate back a little bit because I thought we were going to film that, but it might make it easier. Here's part of an old belt I found down inside there. It's so for that, I bought my first grease gun. Electric heater falling down on the floor. My first grease gun. I also bought this fancy hat that holds onto your camera. It's a head mount. What do they call it? Head strap camera mount. So hopefully we'll get some good operator point of view video using that with the GoPro. Okay. Why haven't I got this put back together yet? Well, because this is a coupler, this is a coupler. I can release them both, and this is the problem. And then I could release this over here and I could pull the whole apron off. But I'm not sure how this is connected inside there. And I also, looking at the drawings of this apron, if I expose the back side of this, it's solid. There's no door or window to get into this clutch. This is just a screw that activates a cup clutch, I'm going to call it. And it's just a screw. It's locked up. And I'm going to treat it as such from now on, as far as trying to get it undone. I was watching video of when it locked up, and it was in the engaged position. So I'm thinking I need to turn it counterclockwise to get it freed up, and I worked it counterclockwise for weeks, and now I've determined that I was going the wrong way the whole time. So I'm going to start working it clockwise, and I'm going to free that up. It's just a screw. All it is a screw. The back side of this apron isn't going to show me anything. It's going to be a panel. It's going to have like this on the back of the screw. So I got the I went as far as taking the sealant down from its place on the wall. I'm just going to use this again. Permatex gear oil gasket maker. I thought about actually making a gasket, and I don't know how much of that material I have. If I have a piece long enough, I may indeed use a fiber gasket. There. Don't think it would hurt anything. Well, I want to get this thing back going. And I'm wondering if there's any way, this is a through hole that threads into the plate that holds the back of the travel thing, carriage. And I'm wondering if try to incorporate that into a carriage lock somehow. I don't like the idea of what I had, this connected here, or wherever it was connected here, because if I ever wanted to put a DRO on here, it would have to be where that carriage lock was. Is or was. So we'll probably get this thing back together in the next day or two, because I feel good. Na 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 na, like I knew that I would. Na, na. They were singing with me earlier. Oh, went to the store and bought 100 gallons, 100 pounds. I filled my 100-pound propane tank. I got it in the main part of the garage. And another product that I bought recently, heavy duty corrosion inhibitor. I tell you what, I am just sick. When I see this, I mean, I put so much work into this machine. Took it completely apart, painted the inside white down there, the inside of the bed, stoned the surface smooth, and I am just absolutely sick that I let it get in that condition. Over here, a little bit of this thing. I forget what that is. You know, it's that cleaning thing. That and some WD-40. let's just pick a spot here. Okay, need to find a piece of paper towel. And doesn't have to be paper, does it? So, you know, it cleans up easy enough. But, you know, I just came out here one day and it was like this. I'm like, son of a gun. Oh man. So I sprayed this, I cleaned this area here. It's very tacky now. And it is tacky because I have applied marine heavy-duty corrosion inhibitor. So there it is. Well, I hope you enjoyed the short video tour. Of that machine seller. They pretty much gave me carte blanche to go in there in the back hall and go through all their shelving and boxes and Cincinnati cutter grinder.
Yeah, there's a local shop that went out of business, and that was the first machine they owned. So they had it. It's not really usable, but they had it, you know, stiffied up, so it looked real nice, and they kept it on display in their lobby.
And they did a nice job. This nickel plated. Now, what are these alphabet machines here? Is that just stencil makers?
I think that's called an embossing machine. Maybe.
Okay.
I'm not 100% on that. But
And this is a Hardage?
That's a South Bend.
South Bend.
Yeah.
Okay, let me slide back over there. Dust.
That might be Tiana Woods or
Okay.
saw woodworking, I believe.
Right.
That's a South Bend plate.
Okay, and here we got
That's a
more.
grinder, number 1. All number 1.
And this here again,
Atlas horizontal milling machine.
and it's got it. Is there a size associated with that, or just
the size? I think there's a data plate on it, but I don't remember what size.
it's got to be 18 inches by 4 inches on the table.
That's about right. 4 by 16 maybe. Just an old Bridgeport round arm.
Okay, round arm is here. That designates that?
Yeah.
Okay.
They went to the beam ram later for more stability.
Okay, and then this is.
That's a Barton and Oliver turret lathe.
It's got some serious pulleys on it. And then the shaper.
Yeah. I forget the name of the shaper or the brand, but it's on the right-hand side. It's kind of hard to read where it sits.
Right. Is it in the casting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it right here. Well, this looks more like a restaurant machine than a. What?
Some type of maybe a saw blade grinder.
Okay. And south.
That is a Hendy.
Hendy.
Yeah, I think we called the factory or guy that knew about those, and that was, I think I want to say a 1912 vintage machine.
Wow, it's got some serious belts going on.
Then there's a little tiny one down there. Did you see that?
Oh no, and that's a Hendy
I
also.
think that's a Craftsman.
Okay, yeah, I think it is. There's a drill press. And here we got a SA Potter.
Yeah, it's another turret lathe.
So this is all one unit here.
Well, this I believe this is a honing machine back here. That's a Sun and Hone back here.
Okay.
And this is a turret lathe or a hand screw machine, you might call it.
Very nice.
Old Craftsman drill.
And then this one we're not too sure about.
Yeah, pretty sure this is an old hard-edge machine.
Well, thanks a lot, Bob. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, Bob was very accommodating. He took me back in, they call the hallway. There's some shelving, and we were looking for steady rust and follow rust, and lots of stuff that they've taken off machines as has gone through their system, and I guess they've converted some machines to CNC, and I guess it's kind of a catch-all for stuff that's not being sold that might have came with equipment or whatever. And some big box of various inserts. But he invited me to come down and said he'd pretty much just turn me loose back there and let me go through all that stuff. And lots of motors, transformers, just odds and ends. There was a brand new old stock collet changer. I'm not sure what size it was, or collet closure maybe. I don't know what it is. But it was brand new. It was in a box. It was, like circa 1970 or something. There's a hard-edge lathe they have advertised on their site. It's like one of the last items, and it's a parts machine, but it has a hydraulic collet closer on it, and I think they want $1,000. You offer them $500, and maybe that system can be, a good mechanic could maybe work that onto another machine. But I'm planning on first of the month going back down there and spending a few hours digging through their pile of stuff. They had a box of live centers and dead centers and just tooling that doesn't mean anything to them, and it would mean the world to me. They have a big steel round plate that would make a beautiful turntable for welding. It's about an inch thick and probably a good 24 inches in diameter. Yeah, so I look forward to going back down there and I guess picking through their stuff. I'd gladly part with some of my money to have some of their things. Okay, thanks guys, appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the little tour. I'll try to get back there and show you more. None of the machines that I showed in that video are for sale. That's kind of their little museum area. So Bridgeports are few and far between. They had one and it was already sold. Yeah. All right. Okay, guys. Let's see what happens when I push this button now.